That was Two Princes by the Spin Doctors. You're listening to BBC Radio 2. It's the Russell Brand Show, and here's your host, I am! What a fantastic show it's going to be. I'll tell you for why. Here's some things that are definitely going to happen. Now, Matt Morgan is away on holiday. He is my usual co-host, Mr. G, the resident poet laureate of the show. He is here. Hello, G.
How you doing?
There was some talk of you being promoted to co-host in the absence of Matt Morgan.
Maybe so, but, you know, the Matt Morgan fan brigade will be after me.
That talk has come to naught. That talk has not been realised, because we did ask who would people like to replace Matt if he did actually go on holiday. I tried to scupper Matt's holiday, obviously, but was unable to. Here's just a selection of some of the emails that we received while in relation to the who should replace Matt Morgan. Yeah, why don't you read this one out, Mr. G, Poet Laureate, Voice of a Generation?
Please, 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 in capitals, invite Noel Fielding. I think you two would make an amazing team.
Right, this is from Katie Raisey. She says she's writing from the Maudsley Mental Hospital. You and Noel Fielding, you and Noel Fielding, you and Noel Fielding. Again, in capitals, it's a theme that's developing. Such a show will be pure oral wonderment. You two are fantastic together. Loving the show as always. Listen to this email. It's from Amy H. Hello, Russell and team, she says. You should definitely have Noel Fielding as Matt's stand-in. Here are the reasons. 1. Noel has experience of radio work, as there was a radio series of the Mighty Boosh. He has got radio experience.
He's got the credentials.
He's got credentials. 2. A lot of your fans like Noel, and a lot of Noel's fans like you. Therefore, you'll be making many listeners doubly happy.
That's
3.
Cross-pollination.
Cross-pollination. It's cross-branding. It's marketing. It's sensible. 3A. You were great together on the Big Fat Quiz of the Year, and as that was almost a year ago now, we need some more stuff from the Goth Detective partnership. Well, there's a lot of reasons here. It all seems that people look at this more. Noel Fielding. I'd like Noel Fielding. Look, please get Noel Fielding.
More capitals.
Annie Stanley. Noel Fielding. Unfortunately, Noel Fielding is in hospital with a sexually transmitted virus. He is unable to attend this. We have got in his lovely stead. Noel Fielding's here. Why would anyone read? Oh, let's announce him though. Hold on, I've gone to the trouble of getting this bit of music. Please welcome. With that, we're going to use that, aren't we? Because that's normally associated with Satanism. It's cut right. Okay. Child, make it louder, I think, so it sounds more intimidating. Right, I hope you feel intimidated by Carl Orff's music. Please welcome, he's not got any sexually transmitted viruses or viruses of any kind. Please create atmosphere for actual Noel Fielding from the Mighty Boosh. He's here. Noel Fielding, oh, there he is. Noel, thank you. Thank you for coming here. You're popular on this radio show.
I know, amazing. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah, well, listen, all those, you have to believe it, because we didn't go to that much trouble.
Even Carl Orff wanted me on the show.
Carl Orff says typically that music is associated with devil worship, but I'm prepared to make an exception.
Beautiful, I'm here. You poured wasabi on my legs as soon as I got here. That was a beautiful thing.
That's a tribute. What it is I've briefly become involved with some triads. Now, what they've made very clear to me is when I feel affection for someone, don't spray musk on them, which is what I've been doing. I've got 3 glands between my balls and anus. Yeah, and I'll just spray musk, but like with you coming on, I thought,
special.
Wasabi, make a triad tribute. So, Noel, you're going to be doing this radio show with me.
In Wogan's Den.
This is Wogan's Den. If you smell, just beyond the stink of wasabi, there's the aroma of Wogan's charisma hanging in the air.
You can still see it, like clouds, can't you? Cloud formations.
Clouds, look at them.
Sort of clinging to my form.
They are. You are emerging from it. You look like a Greek god.
Being wrestled down by Wogan's charisma.
But I think Wogan's charisma will be a cloud upon which you can perch, perhaps like monkey magic.
Exactly.
And you can glide around it. We've got a lot of important things, Noel, so let me get you up to speed with just some of the things that are happening on this radio show. Right, people that are listening to us are allowed to ring us on 0500 288 291. If you want to email us, you can. It's russell.brand@bbc.co.uk. Now, we've got some important things happening. A sleep expert, right? Don't laugh. Why did you laugh at the idea that I said that it was important?
You sort of became a teacher for a second. a teacher in sort of cowboy boots. Yeah.
I'm encouraging you.
I couldn't take it.
No, you're a
seriously.
bright kid. You're a very bright lad. Don't balls this up. It's a good chance for you. This, I'll stick up for you in the staff room. Other teachers say Noel Fielding, he's not focused. But I say no. He's got a bright future, that lad. We're going to speak to a sleep expert. Do you have any difficulties with sleep or dreams?
No, not really. I'm like, well, with dreams, yeah.
What happens?
They're terrifying.
Tell me just a brief example of some of the dreams you've dreamed.
Oh, I had a really bad dream recently where there was a pink moon circling the usual white moon. Your basic moon.
Basic standard moon. We all know that. We all know that. There's no need. You
There
don't need
was
to
a pink
elaborate.
moon sort of doing a figure of 8 around it, and then the actual moon burst into flames.
Right.
And I was playing tennis, and it all sort of came down, and I heard someone go, "Oh, that's it."
Once the moon's burst into flame, we're going to have a serious look at the way we live our lives.
That is it. There's no more after the moon's on
Do they
fire.
mean no more tennis, or just no more gravity and some of the other things that will be affected by the loss of the moon?
I woke up then, that's what I mean. That's
Shame, innit?
ruined my
It's a
day
real
the next
cliffhanger,
day.
that.
I know.
Do you think that we could perhaps induce a part 2 of that dream?
I'd love to. I tried to go back to sleep and get back into it. But
Yeah.
then I had a dream about building a go-kart. Didn't really work
It
out.
doesn't help, does it? Because what's going to happen? You build the go-kart, you have a race, you win, you lose. It's a conventional narrative. The exploding flame moon, we're interested.
That was gone.
I sometimes have dreams that are serialised.
Really?
Not over consecutive nights, but maybe like it'll be a cliffhanger ending.
Yeah.
Bit like, you know those books you have for your kid, when you're a kid it goes, choose your own ending, but you think, I'm just going to look at all the endings and go to the most desirable one through cheating.
Pretend that I chose that
Yeah,
one.
that I chose it in a legitimate
Cheating
way.
yourself, really.
I'm lying to myself because I'm just there on my own reading, living a lie. The whole book's a lie. A lot of those books, it won't even choose your own ending.
No,
One of it always Watership Down. I goes, I want all these rabbits to turn against the dogs and attack it. But so I wrote it in crayon, but I hadn't captured Richard Adams' writing style. It seemed derivative and lazy. It didn't work, no.
It's slightly childish.
I think, no, you know me, I'm a spontaneous man, and, thank you, and like, what I'd like now, because you need to have an item while you're here, that's why your item can be Noel Fielding, Dream Doctor. If you've got any dream inquiries, Noel Fielding will help you. He's got elaborate
Dream
dreams.
weaver.
He's a dream weaver. He weaves
I'll be
dreams.
making a sort of daisy chain of dreams.
A lovely daisy chain of
And
dreams.
hanging them off of Wogan's charisma.
Hang them off there. It'll be a Jungian daisy chain, the collective consciousness that we all share.
We're
right
going to
there.
get a Polaroid of that and send it to someone.
We'll send that. Send it to your mum's listening, is she?
I hope so. I texted her.
What?
Nothing back.
Nothing.
Nothing.
She thinks she's using this as an opportunity to distance herself
She's
from
not
you.
bothered.
She don't care, does she? That
Probably
woman?
out on the Raz going, I'm not staying in listening to you freaks.
F it, she might have said to herself.
know.
She's carried you for 9 months in her gutty what? Her part is done.
She can't be bothered.
She can't be. She's...
Actually, I bet she is.
Of course she's listening to
Hello,
it.
Mum, if you
Is
are
she Mrs.
listening.
Fielding, or is she remarried to distance herself?
She's married to Wogan.
She's married to Wogan. Mrs. Wogan, God bless you. Your husband's got a hell of a cloud of charisma. We're stinking it up in here.
I did a painting of Brian Ferry once and it looked like Wogan.
Oh, that's
A sort of Bollywood version of Wogan.
Bollywood. You did Brian Ferry. You've done a Bollywood Wogan. Did
Yeah.
you later, retrospectively, as is often the case with art, try and say, well, actually, this was always Bollywood Wogan? It certainly wasn't Brian Ferry, as a lot of people have been saying.
Yeah, I tried to pull that off.
It's a good
But
job.
Like the Watership Down scenario, no one believed me.
No one believes
No
that.
one even cared. There was no one there. So
No
I was
one's
lying
there.
to myself again.
Don't live in a world of self-fabricated lies. Oh, but what worries me is that was that painting commissioned by Roxy Music as an important exhibition?
It was Eno.
Oh no, he's going to be disappointed. Right, so if you want to talk to Dream Doctor, Dream Weaver, son of Wogan, Noel Fielding, then you can. This is probably your only opportunity, for he lives mostly in darkness. Call 0500 288 291. Other things that included in this programme, what we're doing now, this is it happening live. I'm Russell Brand. Sleep expert Dr. Chris Izzy Kowalski.
Oh, what? There's two of us now. are there?
He's not a dream expert. He don't know F all about dream guy.
Unbelievable.
If you don't be so look, can't
He
you
just
don't?
does sleep.
You like the Jets and the Sharks, you
What,
do.
am I a subset of what
You're
he
not
is?
subset. You're not subset. Dreams, that's where art comes from. Sleep, Rip Van Winkle. Who cares? Comas, boring.
Yeah.
Dreams, art, majesty. Yeah? We got
enough.
Chris Izzy Kowalski, BSc, PhD. How many qualifications have you got, Noel Fielding?
Oh, Too many.
I've looked at the end of your name.
Two.
All there is ING. That's it. No proper letters there. We've got him. He was supposed to be a sleep expert last week. He never even had the common decency to answer his phone. He was quite literally, well, some say he was napping. And if we'll find out what he was dreaming, Noel, and then you will analyse that dream and we'll get some bloody truth out of this
I'll tie
situation.
him up in circles.
Yeah, tie him up. Do what you like with him. Mess with him. You know, yeah, go to
Flick
town.
him around the room.
Flick him around the room.
Like a
using-
light ping pong ball.
Do that. A ping pong ball, I've got no respect for it, because if you put it out on a hairdryer and blow it upward, what's it do? It just goes with the flow, doesn't it? It's got no sense of itself. It never tries to defy the hairdryer, goes, I'm making a stand, me and gravity have got a pact. Just does what the hairdryer says.
Oh, yeah.
Does the hairdryer's bidding? Is the hairdryer's... I don't like to swear on the radio.
Yes,
but
the
it's-
hairdryers, I nearly said whore. We allowed to say whore on the radio?
We've said it now. Well, this is it, Wogan. This is what you brought us to with your stinking wretched charisma. We are talking about beetle rape. Not in the sense of the McCartney divorce trial, no, but of actual beetles raping each other. Little beetles. Last week we spoke of a species of male beetle. He goes around, the producer looks worried, male beetles that rape girl beetles to get baby beetles born. No, I don't know what you're going to make of that. It happens.
Beetle rape.
Beetle rape is what we're talking about. We're going to talk about that later, just as soon as you finish your effing pineapple.
Are they the only insects that rape?
Well, actually, that is something else. One of your...
We've been talking about
Hold on, Noel, right? This is another item you could do. Right, Noel Fielding is a dream expert and insect rape expert. He will answer any questions you might or might not have about insect rape. We're going to get you... You're going to...
Okay.
Oh, this is going to be a hell of a show.
I'm not discussing paedophile grasshoppers, though.
Paedophile grasshoppers, we can build towards it, mate, if you wanna. We can build towards
Should we
paedophile.
work up to that?
Yeah, because, to tell you the truth, right, if there are paedophile grasshoppers, good luck to them. Because I got no sympathy for child grasshoppers. Don't have sex with human children. But
When you see a grasshopper, how do you even know if it's a child or an adult? You don't even care, do
it's a
you?
mistake I've made. I've had a lot of problems in the past because I thought a grasshopper was above age. Before I know it, I'm in it, right? I'm kissing it, I'm holding it. Then it turns around at me, looks at me with like onyx eyes and says, I'm 12. I go, but it's a grasshopper. It's a grasshopper.
Someone's
So,
just added us a piece of paper that just says no, simply.
a piece of paper, it says simply no. Well, yes, this is, well, we can only assume that that's good news. It's Kirsten. Hello, lovelies. I emailed earlier about mad dreams and how to get them via legal non-prescription drugs. I suggest Noel joins me in an experiment to find out about the best dreams. This is from Kirsten. Well, it sounds to me like she's trying to get you to take sanctioned drugs.
Who is it? Kirsten Dunst?
It might be. I don't know. I mean, she's called Kirsten. We can only assume it's
I only know
Kirsten
one
Dunst.
Kirsten.
That's the one then.
It's gotta be,
It's Kirsten Dunst out of Spider-Man. Right, okay, well, we'll try and do that. Now, Noel, you're allowed some musical selections. As we're aware that you're a fan of Gary Newman, Our Friends Electric will be played at some point. What are we playing now? We're playing the Smiths now? Right, okay, so call us if you want to talk to Dream, Dr. Noel, if you want to talk to the sleep expert whose field of expertise is a subset of Noel's own dream expertise, then you can do that. Also, later on, we're going to talk to a man who plans to cleanse our country of grey squirrels. He is a squirrel racist.
A squirrel cleanser.
He's a squirrel cleanser. He's quite he wants to enact a squirrel holocaust.
Who's
but
taken them out?
he's taken him out. He's already started. He killed one on his washing line. It said in an article.
With his washing line.
I don't know. I mean,
Or on his washing line.
the squirrel was on the washing line, and I suppose the washing line contributed to the death in a way because the squirrel had to fall off of it.
Yeah.
So in a way, that would have exacerbated the death.
Was he
Although
doing some kind of tightrope act? What is going on there?
I like to think, Noel, that the squirrel was a high-class circus performer, making its death all the more tragic. Yeah. Okay, so let's listen to the boy with the fawn in his side, the Smiths, and later, guess who's visiting on this programme? Courtney Love is going to turn up here. Have we
She's
got?
going to pop in.
She's popping in with the heir to the Guinness fortune. What have you got? Have you got a bit of music, right? Because I was thinking that every time we say Courtney Love's name, we should have a bit of music, and here is that bit of music. Have you done it, Nick? Nick, our producer, who's running the desk in the absence of Matt
He's
Morgan.
got monkey fingers. He'll never do it.
Look at his monkey fingers jabbing at that
Hit
screen.
him.
Preposterous. Oh, we're going to do it after the track. He's an insomniac, which is the only reason he's hooked us up with a sleep expert. He's using this show.
Really?
As to solve his own problems in life. He's
Doesn't look like an insomniac.
well, he is one, mate.
Pretty healthy.
He's radiating
He's been
beauty.
lying to us.
You're not even an insomniac. You don't think
Sleeping when I came in.
he was asleep when you arrived.
Curled up like a white kitten.
He's meant to be welcoming you, not there like a little albino. You sicken me. Let's listen to the boy with a thorn in his side. The BBC Radio 2, this is the Russell Brand Show. That was the Smiths boy with a thorn in his side. I'm here, of course, with Noel Fielding. He is a dream expert. You can call him if you want to with any dream inquiries. Are you all right, Noel?
I'm pretty strong.
What have you been thinking about? Just
In
lately,
life,
you know?
generally.
Yeah, what's playing on your mind?
I was thinking about one of my mates, actually, who said that he's never had a dream, or if he has, he can't remember what it was. And I just thought, how can you never have a dream?
Yeah.
So I just hit him with a stick.
Yeah, well, don't
Clubbed him
tolerate
down.
that. You remind me very much of the Chinese government, the way you were oppressing that, mate, the way the Chinese government have been oppressing the people of Tibet. Get out of Tibet! We've been campaigning for quite a while now to get China out of Tibet.
Really?
Still there.
Still there.
They're just like they don't give... I mean,
It's like
I don't
they're
swear.
not even listening.
It's like they're... Right, yes!
It's like they're not getting your faxes.
They're not getting them! Fax after
Text.
fax. Text.
Wasted text.
SMSs! I've been sending them, and they're not getting my SMS messages!
You
No?
want to maybe send someone over
Yeah, who should we
in
send?
soft slippers and a big hat.
Just someone with soft
Who
slippers.
can
keep
dance
it-
into their company.
Just dance into it and then just sort of infiltrate with my message
Yeah.
of get out of Tibet.
And then slip away in the
Slip
night.
away. There's no need for it to cause a scene.
And let that message dawn on him when he's gone.
Well, he'll have gone, and suddenly he'll think, what the hell are we doing here in Tibet? All these people don't seem to want us here, and yet here we are, just because of strategic military conditions and positioning. Let's go. Probably something like that, do you reckon?
Yeah, that'll work.
Now, you earlier, Noel, expressed a great deal of hatred towards Chris Idzikowski, sleep
Yeah.
expert, because you said that he reduced you and your expertise in the field of dreams, which is a film by Kevin Costner, in which a baseball field gets made out of some dreams, I believe. Unless I've misunderstood the plot. Kevin Costner tipped his head sideways, a dream fell out, it was a baseball field, everyone very happy. If you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come. Now, you are an expert in the field of
I like how
dreams.
you sort of dream fell out of his head.
Yeah?
Costner, his head's all loose, full of dreams coming all out of his head.
Yeah, Dance of the Wolves fell out one year, kicked that out of his little brain.
He's like a handheld shower, isn't he? Just dreams pouring out of his
Yeah,
head.
just like that. Girls, a surprising number of girls use handheld showers to masturbate. Girls, you don't know, we know. We know! We know what you're doing with those handheld showers.
And if you're not careful, some of Kevin's dreams will come out and go right up here.
You're going to be filled with Kevin Costner's dreams! 9 months' time, you'll give birth to Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Robin Hood, he's a prince among thieves. That's not
That
good.
is the worst Robin Hood haircut in the
See,
history
Robin
of
wouldn't
Robin
have that
Hood.
hair. And why has Morgan Freeman been brought back all mystical walking around? None of it makes sense.
Useless, apart from that big catapult that was
tell
in
you-
the Bryan Adams video.
The Bryan Adams catapult was the only thing about that
It was like a
film.
big spoon, wasn't it? A salad spoon.
It's a dirty, great salad spoon,
I don't even
catapulted.
remember, but I've got a feeling he curled himself up in a ball and shot himself like,
He was-
an ice hockey puck through the air.
It was
Did
very
he do
much
that?
like Nick the Insomniac, curled up like a white albino kitten.
Pretending he doesn't sleep
Pretending
since
to
the
be an
70s.
insomniac. But he said, oh no, last time I slept, it was when Tiger Feet was top of the charts. He's done nothing but sleep. When Noel Fielding arrived, he was sleeping, just curling up his toes.
In his little PJs.
Little PJ. Should we talk to sleep expert Chris Idzikowski, head of the Sleep Centre in Edinburgh?
Yeah.
Chris, are you there, mate?
I am.
Chris, thank God you've come. Now, why the hell is it that last week when we summoned you, you betrayed us by not being there when we needed you?
I was on a plane.
You were on a plane.
That is
were you?
a thin, weedy
You
excuse.
wanted to record me. The timing was got the wrong time.
Did you get our answer phone message? Because we were furious.
I certainly did. So
Yeah.
I said I wasn't coming onto the show unless I got an apology.
All right, well, I would like to issue an apology, but I'm still fuming about, like, the way you've treated me, to tell you the truth. I feel like I've been swindled, cheated. I feel like I've been cupped from behind. I feel like you give me a little drowsy reach
You
round.
may feel that way in the next 5 minutes, but you shouldn't feel that yet.
Chris, you're very saucy.
You've got to build yourself up, Chris. At the moment, you're way down there with Costner
You're down
in
here.
his dream shower.
In the culture of this show, you are a Hollywood movie star spraying dreams into the vagina of a pubescent girl. Now, post the age of consent, I'm anxious to point out. Now, Dr. Chris, could you tell us some things about sleep? Because we're baffled about many facets of this mysterious realm of the mind.
Well, if I can go into the subset of dreams first.
No!
Oh,
The subset of
look at him,
dreams!
calling on me immediately.
Look at that!
Well,
Are you going to just take
I
that?
didn't like the idea of a hammer to get dreams out. So shall I tell you how to get dreams out? Somebody tells you
How to get
can't
them out?
dream.
Yeah, because you said you berated a friend of yours who you suspected of being a liar or a Chinese occupant of Tibet.
Yeah,
You said you beat him with a stick.
Clubbed him down.
Clubbed him down.
I'll say a couple of different things. The area I'm into sleep, that means I'm into rapid eye movement sleep, and that's when dreams occur. And it's true, there is that kind of division. But the thing about rapid eye movement sleep is it occurs roughly 4 times a night, and mainly towards the end of the night.
I've seen it in dogs.
Yeah, they
sleep
legs
at-
kick.
If you, we'll come to dogs in a second.
We'll come to them right now.
Chris Noel's pretty keen to get to the dogs. He's started to take his shirt off. He's holding his arms aloft. He's yelping at a pink inflammatory moon.
But if you are awake, say, for about 30 seconds after REM, you won't remember the dream that's happened. So the thing to do is to be able to wake up during REM. And the way to do it is to just set your alarm clock 10 minutes earlier than usual and go to bed thinking, I'm going to think about what's in my head when I wake up, and then the dream will pop out.
Nice.
What dreams have you had lately, Chris? Dr.
Well,
Chris?
I certainly haven't had exploding moons.
No.
More like walking on hills and things.
Walking on hills? That is so boring.
Because you could do that in real life. If you're doing dreams that you could just do by getting out of your big opulent palace, then you should do them.
No one wants a dream where they pop down Tesco Metro, do they? Get some guavas.
I dreamt that I was sat in a car and I just looked out the window for a bit, then I thought, oh, come on, life ain't that bad. Then I just carried on driving.
Tranquil dreams, anti-insomnia dreams. Dreams that you come out of feeling well.
There's a gentleman here, Nick, the producer, that's been living, as far as I can work out, something akin to a lie. Now, is there a cure for insomnia that you could tell us about?
Well, I suppose there are 34 different types of insomnia, so partly...
There are 34 different types?
Oh, there's loads of...
They all amount to pretty much the same thing.
And a bitch ain't one. 34 types of insomnia.
What kind of insomnia?
Okay, so let's see if we can get Nick
What's the worst kind?
Yeah, that's the worst kind.
One that makes you bleed. I can't sleep and I'm bleeding as well. From the eyes.
Relentless.
Relentless.
He can't get to sleep. Does he wake up in the middle of the night?
Well, he's
Wake
here,
up
so
too
talking
early?
to a
Does he
microphone, for God's sake,
Come
man.
and share a mic with me.
He's coming round.
I can't get to sleep. I can't get to sleep till about 4 or 5.
That's the voice of Nick,
Quite
the producer. You can't get to sleep till 4 or 5, that's what he's saying. Okay.
So I suppose one of the questions is, if you went to bed consistently at 4 or 5 in the morning, would you fall asleep quickly every time? Because with some people it's an internal clock problem. It's not really that much to do with sleep.
Just an
What you
internal
need is
clock.
a
I think if you've got a clock inside you, you should immediately hand yourself over to the police. I was like, I've been abusing Big Ben in the most foul way.
With young adults, quite often the internal clock
Are
tends
you
to
a
run
young
slowly.
adult?
Yeah.
You're a young adult, aren't
I'd
you?
say so,
Got
yeah.
one right next to me.
Right, keep your eye on him. This is right, we've captured a young adult, Chris. Tell us how to help him and we will do it right away. No, don't let him get out of your general jurisdiction.
I'll say
Trapped
two
him
things
in
that might
Wogan's
need to work.
den.
I mean, one is, if he is consistently phase delayed, one of these dawn light simulation alarm clocks actually works.
Dawn light simulation alarm clock. Where would a gentleman put his hands on such an object?
I think you can get them from stores nowadays.
Right.
Where? Stores?
Just out of
yeah,
a
Vague, isn't it?
I say which stores.
You best just wander into Quick Fit and say, if I don't get a dream simulator alarm clock, I'm going to reduce this place to matchwood. Then take out Kevin Costner's dream spray, decorate the walls.
I'd like to see that in an advert available in stores.
Yeah, just... Well,
Where? You know.
Chris, Dr. Chris, you've been helpful in a way. You've told us that there is such a thing as commerce. Now, but furthermore, what other areas of sleep could you help us with? You've told us how to induce dreams, simply wake up 10 minutes earlier.
well,
You've told us how to get rid of insomnia, go to bed at 5 o'clock in the morning.
What about cheese?
Tried what?
What about cheese?
Are you myth
I thought you
busting
said
now,
shoes.
Noel?
Yeah, cheese.
Noel Fielding's
Yeah,
gone into the realm
it
of
work?
myth busting. What do you want to know? Does
Does
cheese...
cheese make you dream?
Okay, does it, Dr. Chris?
Oh,
I
is that...
don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Right.
No,
I'm
no,
going to get my
historical
nan on the
source of
show. She'll
Has your-
sort you out.
Has your nan been saying that it does?
Yeah.
A lot of people's nans have been going around spreading a lot of myths and a lot of very hurtful prejudices. Now,
Well,
I'm...
if if anybody wants to text in and say where that's come from, because I've been asked that question innumerable times, and I think it's actually a muddle.
What, a muddle?
It's a muddle
that occurred in the 50s.
My nan used to pop a baby bell in my mouth, in me gob, just before I went to sleep.
Other cheeses are available.
Nice,
Where
other
some
nans.
cheeses interacted with compounds that have an effect on blood pressure. So there was a campaign to stop people eating loads of cheese at night. So I don't know whether it's got muddled up with that, or whether there's a historical source. So I'd be interested to know as well.
I think I can clear this one up for you right now. What it was is in the film Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, if you watch very, very closely, you'll see Morgan Freeman. He got a big curly Turk slipper on, and just at the very tip of it is a bell, a mini baby bell. He flicks it in the Costner's ear. Costner dreams. There it is. There's your illusions. Dr. Chris, you have elevated this show beyond where I ever thought it could be. The gutter. Thank you very much for your time. That's Dr. Chris. That's clap at him. Clap at Dr. Chris.
Chrissy.
Everything he's made, like, I thought I'd never forgive Dr. Chris for his betrayal, but did you just say Chrissy then?
Chrissy.
That's how you salute people.
Yeah.
I can hear Dr. Chris on the phone. He's meant to have gone now. Dr. Chris, why are you still there?
I'm pronouncing my name, Ijikovsky.
Izikovsky? Why
That's how
don't
you
you
do it.
Izikovsky to bed? That's my advice to you, Dr. Chris, you lovely fella. Now get your mouthful of dirty old cheese and off to the land of Nod, you lovable sex hooligan. There goes Dr. Chris, one of the best sleep experts we've ever had on this show. What did you make of him?
Fourth best one we've had on this
I think
show.
he's easily fourth.
I thought he was useless.
Yeah, he's some of the lies he told then about cheese. As if your nan would waste her life
know what I
stuffing your
mean?
mouth.
My nan's French as well, the French cheese connection.
Right.
Maybe it is that my nan's a bit insane.
Let's never trust your nan again. That woman has betrayed us. Now, we've got some interesting records coming up. Out in the one of Nick's friends, Nick the line producer, is outside. She's called Double Truth Roof. That's the Double Truth Roof. Now, I asked her what song would she like to have played. She said There's No Other Way by Blur. So we're going to play that song. But then, right, it's really good 'cause she's come here to help Nick. And, like, in the madness around the show, she had to, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, had to ring Courtney Love and say, Courtney, this is the address, because Courtney Love is going to be on the show a little bit later. Have you worked out that little bit of a jingle for Courtney Love? Right, play it then.
Monkey fingers.
That's not what we wanted to play for her. Well, this is this is added to your list of betrayals, Nick, that you've enacted on us over the past few weeks. So, Double Truth Roof had to ring Courtney Love. She's only been here 10 minutes. She was just thought she might have to help out, maybe make some tea or something. She's already had to make a difficult phone call to Courtney Love, who is on her way here. You just did the drinky gesture there, Roof. You're drunk, are you? She's drunk. Okay, well, it will comfort you, listeners, to know that this studio is full of drunks, dreamweavers, Wogan's charisma, and a lying sleep expert. Later on, we're going to be talking to a man who wants to murder every damn grey squirrel in the country. What's next for him? Once he's killed the grey squirrels, where will he go? Where will he go, Noel?
Where will he go?
Where will he go?
Probably.
Most likely. Let's listen to what we're going to listen to. There's No Other Way. This is for you, Double Truth Roof. There's no other way, Blur. But there must be another way, mustn't there? No buildings here.
I think there is.
Yeah, just for example, do things a bit different at first, then try vastly different. I got too much apple in my mouth. People can't live with that amount of apple, it's ridiculous.
Double Truth Roof, love that, didn't she?
Double Truth Roof, I've never seen a woman so overjoyed.
Jiving around.
She was
dancing.
jiving. She kicked someone. It reminded me of... Well, I've seen riots with less energy than that, what went on just then. Now, last week, Noel and listeners to this Russell Brand Radio 2 show, there was talk of me giving away a dreadlock that I've got in here, what I've gone off of now. I was going to give it away as part of a competition.
Whose is it?
Well, it's
Oh, it's one of your own.
Yeah, because you can't give away other people's dreadlocks.
I gave away one of Lenny Kravitz's.
Do you think that Lenny's ever truly going to forgive you for that?
He didn't know he was asleep. I went round there with my nail clippers.
Just
pulled
clipped
it, yanked it out.
Did you, by any chance, have a little peep inside his lug-hole, see what he was dreaming?
I didn't, but I did taste his dreadlock.
And what was it of?
I don't know, but it
I bet
kept
it's
me
like a
full
rose
for a
hip
week.
tea bag. I bet you suck on one of Kravitz's dreadlocks.
It
That's
was-
all the nourishment you need.
It was sweet and savoury.
You know, astronaut foods, they just need things like a little...
Astronaut
Yeah,
food?
astronaut food,
You know,
food!
who starts a sentence like that? You know, astronaut
I
food.
do! And people that do the
What,
cuisine for them!
What, that business in blue tubes that Neil Buzz Aldrin
Yeah, Buzz Aldrin,
Downs.
Neil, all them lot.
I thought they were just Alka-Pops.
They're not Alka-Pops, mate. That's astronaut food.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought they were glow sticks.
Don't undermine the work that's been done for
undermine
astronauts.
Buzz.
Because Buzz is second man on the moon.
Second man.
It's right up there after the first.
Who's
There's
the
Buzz.
first one? Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong.
Who's the third one?
That's where we lose interest
The
in
fourth
people.
one.
All right,
There's four, wasn't there? No one even knew there was the fourth one.
The fourth one is just a waste of, like, even though they're not oxygen on the moon, he's wasting the unoxygen.
He was fourth, but he did do quite a funny walk when
Apparently
he got out there.
he pioneered the moonwalk.
He did a sort of Groucho Marx shuffle when he got out.
He went along there. He had some lovely one-liners. The point I'm trying to get to, if you'll get out of my way with your litany of people that have been up on the moon, is that Kravitz's dreadlocks could be used to nourish astronauts. All right.
Whip a large stallion.
That's two things they could do. All right, another thing, perhaps a draft excluder for a mouse's door. All right, now can we finally let Lenny Kravitz rest in peace? Must we rake over that man's grave? This is from Molly Harris. Hello, can I have your skull dreadlock, please? I'd look after it. I'd treasure it forever. I'd probably make a shrine to it or attach it to my own hair or something. I really want it. Lots of love, Molly. Molly, you cannot, because this is the BBC and competitions are banned until people grow up. Our contests.
Apparently, fun is banned as well.
Fun? There will be no fun
If we
here.
see skipping, we're going to shut the place down.
Do not skip! Wogan! Have a bit less charisma! If I see Wogan, I'm going to sit on his charisma till he bloody well bleeds. I really
I've
will.
been flying around on these bulks of charisma all
Great
night.
bulks of charisma. I've seen him, like, he floating around like Donkey Kong. This is another letter that's been written electrically down someone's computer. Russell, send me your sexy, salubrious, luscious dreadlock. I've had a tough life so far. I'm not great looking. My arms are a bit too long and I have few friends. Possession of your dreadlock could be my saviour. Please consider me, says Kitty Thompson. No, Kitty,
I've got
because
long
competitions have
arms.
been... She's got too long arms.
Oh, don't give it to anyone with long arms.
Why? Because I think they could maybe use it to skip with. They could use their great big long arms, they could get it under their little legs. It's going to be nice, I think.
It could be good.
Kitty, the minute that competitions are reinstated in November,
You can have it.
No, stand it, there is.
That and a six-pack of astronaut food.
You're going to get a nice bit of Kravitz-based nosh right out of his hair. Now, Mr. G, Poet Laureate of the show, would you like to come here? Because you will be doing what I can only describe as Mr.
item.
G. It's an item. Oh, remember, I've got an item. Gay. That will be coming up later. My item, gay. Stay tuned for that. Gay, where I help people with gay issues. Do you reckon you'd be any good at helping people with gay issues? No?
Yeah, definitely.
Go on, just do a bit of advice, top of your head.
If you're gay, then always wear red.
Lovely bit of advice. You can. We'll do this item together. G is wearing red.
Everyone in here is wearing red.
Busted.
G, you lovely gay lad. Back time too.
Me and Russell are wearing black, no surprise there.
Russell's
surprise.
got a red microphone.
Yeah, baby, because I like to feel that red phallus close to my lips. Now, we'll be doing my item gay any minute now, but first Mr. G will introduce his item, which is called Hatred Against Grey Squirrels. Let's hear it.
Okay, this is an article that me and Russell read out in Tuscany about...
I was writing my autobiography, my book.
Yeah, in Tuscany, yeah.
We were reclining in hammocks, and Russell, we had a small boy turning the pages.
That boy was like a son to me. He was my son.
He was a grasshopper.
Now that makes it sound like we've been... Now, come on. Gee.
And a red one.
We walk a tightrope.
What was it? Some sort of bumming holiday?
If there had been bumming on my holiday, good. But there actually was very, very little bumming.
Very little bumming.
Very little bumming.
Very little in the
on.
way of bumming going on in Tuscany.
Some days I wake up, I go, where's the bumming? There's been no bumming all morning. Then I bum someone, I think that's a bit more like it, but still weren't enough on the bumming front. Now, G's trying to do an item about the plight of grey squirrels. You're bringing it round to
Dream
bumming.
items and grasshopper items and red items. This is about the plight of the red squirrel, and we have got a defender of its cause whose name is...
His name's Robin Page, right? And what's amazing about that is I'm reading
Red squirrel must be gay.
Of course he's gay. Of course he's gay, man.
He only likes gay squirrels. We've got to the bottom of it.
Already, we know that Robin Page, whose name is written down on a page, that is the sound of the page, yeah?
Oh, Robin.
Robin, you lovable rogue. You scallywag, you tinker. Robin Page thinks that the grey squirrel should be driven from these shores, because, to tell you the absolute truth, they're not even meant to be here, the grey squirrels.
No.
They was brought over here, I
They
believe,
haven't got
as some
anything
sort of...
in the way of passports.
Nothing.
They've got no visas.
I've checked their admin, Noel. Some of them ignored me. Honestly, it was absolutely the most disgusting sight.
And they are working. I've seen the Harvest Crunch advert. Don't think we
But they're
don't
doing
know.
that for nothing. They ain't mugs.
They're paying tax on that.
Of course they're not. They're filling their own coffers. They keep it in their cheeks. They put it in a tree. They save it for winter. They're not paying any tax on
He
that
might have a
harvest
point.
crunch.
He might have a point.
Well, let's hear him out. Perhaps Robin Page is there. Robin Page, are you there?
I am. I wish all grey squirrels were gay, then they would die out.
Whoa, steady! Steady, Robin Page! That sounds homophobic and racist all at once, only if it's against gay squirrels.
That's just a straightforward biological fact.
Fair enough, mate. I stand corrected. He's speaking in nothing but biological
He's a
facts.
scientist as well as a
Absolutely.
squirrel hater.
Robin, what, is that your normal voice?
Of course it is. What's your normal voice?
It's a bit more like this.
Yeah, I can understand that. Taking the tablets.
Now, Robin Page, we need to know what your views are on grey squirrels. You wrote an article in Daily Mail while we were in Tuscany, while there was very little bumming going on.
Hammocks.
Yeah, we were in hammocks, yes, we were. There was very little bumming, very little. We read that thing about the grey squirrels, and we liked it, and it made us think that we'd like to speak to you. Now that is happening. Will you please tell us what you mean by everything you've ever felt and thought?
Yeah, well, every grey squirrel in Britain should either be in a barbecue or in a stew.
Right, okay.
In a
Simple as
barbecue.
that.
What about Irish squirrels?
Yeah, Irish grey squirrels can be in Irish stews.
What about Guernsey or Jersey?
Yeah, Guernsey stews. Who gives a stuff
I'm
as
just
long as they're in a
listing
stew?
places.
Isla Silly.
Yeah, we can have silly stews, any sort of
Okay,
stews.
all right. Well, we've established now that regardless of where in the British Isles these grey squirrels dwell, he thinks they should be in a stew. Why is it, though, Robin Page, that you want it?
Middlesex stews, they'd be a bit
Don't
difficult.
get
I
back into
think.
the geography, because I've just got Noel Fielding off of the geography, and that's difficult. He'll go back on the geography now.
Well, I know more
Absolutely.
places.
He knows about another 9 places. I
I've
can
got
see
them up
him.
my sleeve.
He's all written down up his arm in lipstick.
I've
Now
got
he's
'em.
going to say them.
No crayon.
It's
No
clearly...
crayons.
Crayon, not lipstick.
Listen, mate, I know what's on his arm. I'm looking at his arm. While you're staring at a big pile of squirrel corpses, I'm looking at his arm. Now, will you tell us...
I'm
Tufty's
looking
just
at
walked
the
in
great
there.
ooze at the moment, so there you are.
What, you're looking at a grey ooze?
The great ooze.
What is that ooze?
It's a river.
Ooh, lovable. So,
Well, your
okay,
geography isn't as good as you thought it was, but never mind.
I've never made any claims about geography. I'm just here trying to live my life in relative peace. The great ooze.
Good.
I just
great
assumed it was
ooze.
something that's
Sounds
coming
like the Wizard of
from your
Oz, doesn't it?
gland. Of course it does.
And there's no squirrels there at all.
Well, can you tell us why? Come on, please tell us about your feelings about squirrels, Robin
Red
Page.
squirrels are indigenous. They're very beautiful. They're lovely. They've been driven out by the big bad greys.
Yeah.
And, of course, as you're working for the BBC now...
Yes, we are.
On the one show the other night, we wanted to eat a squirrel, but the executives of the BBC wouldn't allow it.
What's wrong with those executives
I know.
not letting people eat squirrels?
Were you going to
They said
cook
you
it?
cannot kill a grey squirrel for entertainment.
Were you going to cook it or just slam it between a bit of bread, munch it down?
Ready, steady, cook, all that lot, you know, Rick Stein.
You've exposed the
They can
problem
never
here,
for
Paige.
entertainment, they've got to stop.
It's out of order. 'Cause,
It is.
you know, here's Robin Page.
BBC say you mustn't eat anything for entertainment on
They
the
don't
one
say that. They
show.
don't say you mustn't eat things for entertainment. Because me and Noel have got a new show where we eat things for entertainment.
We eat otters.
Eating
We eat-
for entertainment on the BBC.
We eat all sorts of things just for sheer bloody entertainment, most of
Space
it.
food.
Don't eat for entertainment,
Kravitz's
as you'll be banned
dreadlocks.
from the BBC.
Listen, Robin Page, if you don't start justifying... Because, look, this is the thing. You said in your article that you yourself shot with a gun a squirrel in your garden. Is that
on
true?
my washing line.
Who was on
You
your
were on
washing
the washing line or a
Squirrel
squirrel?
was on my washing line.
He was in the
Great
kitchen
squirrel.
doing an Harvest Crunch advert.
I was in the basement thinking about the government. Squirrel on the washing line. I popped it off, didn't I?
I know, it's Gordon Brown's fault.
Don't
It's
blame
Gordon
him.
Brown's.
He's all right.
Gordon Brown's fault.
He's fit as a fiddle.
I saw him jabbing a squirrel the other day.
He's jabbing the one with a chopstick. He
want
mortally wounded it.
squirrels, we don't want grey squirrels. Sorry about that. They're American.
Yeah, fair enough. Now, Robin, is your hatred of squirrels an analogy for racism?
Americans.
I didn't hear that because somebody butted in when you were trying to be intellectual.
Robin Page, I didn't think I could ejaculate any more this evening, but you have just produced another thimbleful. What I said was, why'd you kill that bloody squirrel on your washing line for?
because it was a grey squirrel and they eat song thrush's eggs and things like that. You probably don't know what a song thrush is, but it's a very
Yes, I do. It's a type of disease that you get if you have unhealthy sex without a condom.
Easy, get some yoghurt.
Yeah, man, get some yoghurt. The thrush will be gone in no time. Robin Page?
Yeah.
I ain't got a dad. Can you be my dad?
I would rather be your social worker.
Fair enough. You're an anti-social worker.
Yeah,
Robin
have
Page...
you got an ASBO?
Not yet. Well, Robin, I'd like you to come on the show every week and just... Is there anything else you feel this
Robin,
strongly
are you
about?
on Facebook?
Yeah, I feel very strongly about the BBC.
So I'm putting you straight into my top 10.
Robin, no one's ever gone into the top 10. You know what? I've witnessed the way that he governs his Facebook, and it's diligent.
Gary Newman's out. Robin, you're well in.
You've shot straight into Facebook
There's
top
a picture
10.
of you. I'm going to use a grey squirrel.
Oh, don't play mind games.
But with red squirrel's eyes.
Red
the
squirrel
confusion.
What if a red squirrel and a grey squirrel fall in love, they have some sex, they have a baby, what then, Robin?
It's like Romeo and Juliet.
I would think they got red and grey squirrels, but I wouldn't know. But it is a serious
In a stripy
thing.
formation or just
Who
patchy?
knows? But we do need red squirrels, and we don't want grey.
Right.
And, of course, the person in charge of this is our lovely Minister of State
Oh,
for the
no.
Environment
Who's that?
with the girl's name, Hillary Benn.
Oh, Hillary Ben, focus! Let's drive grey squirrels from our shores by any means necessary.
His father was Wedgie Ben, he's Veggie Ben.
Like it. Can I just clear up whether or not you're racist, just so as otherwise this won't feel so light-hearted if you are actually racist?
A racist? What do you mean racist?
Well, do you, for example, judge people negatively dependent on their race or their place of birth, origin, and that?
Yes, I dislike Londoners.
Fair enough. There he goes. There, Robin Page there, the lovable racist. Woo! Robin, come back next week with more prejudices. I really am into him. There goes Robin Page. He's the best damn racist we've ever had on this show. I liked him, though.
See you, Robin.
He's gone now.
Oh.
He's just...
There's a void where Robin once was.
There's a little Robin-shaped hole in that world.
It's all linking up. Robin of Sherwood.
Robin of Sherwood.
Page.
Robin Page. Racism. Dreamweavers.
Morgan Freeman.
It's all there. It's all there.
Clouds
it's
of
all
charisma.
linked together. The whole thing. So I enjoyed talking to Robin Page, and I think I've learned. I, for one.
He sounded a bit like he was inside the phone, didn't he?
He sounded like he'd clambered in there so that he could express his views without fear of persecution, didn't he? If I do this from inside the phone, people will touch me less harshly. Yeah, he sounded like...
At one point, he let something slip. Did you notice? He
Go
said
on.
Americans instead of squirrels.
He did. I bloody American squirrels! Squirrels!
I meant squirrels.
I immigrant squirrels! Squirrels, for God's sake! Coming over here, signing on!
He's just using the word squirrel to hide his racism.
I saw some squirrels the other day. They were listening to music in their car. It was very oppressive and loud. Drive them from the shore. Well, there he goes. Oh, Rob, he's all right, I think. Let's have him on
he's
every
all right.
week. Have him on.
Let's bring him in here.
Just bring him in, see what he thinks.
Release some squirrels in here.
I'd love to just see it.
Let the battle commence.
What if he formed a bond with a grey squirrel, Noel? What then? Say a grey squirrel somehow, I don't know how it would happen, saved his life. Would he then, do you think, change his views of the grey squirrel, or just think, well, I like that individual grey
What, you
squirrel?
mean if a squirrel rescued him out of a burning building?
He's in a burning building, he's Robin Page.
All the firemen are squirrels.
Fireman, the little...
Does he stay in there and burn to death, or does he let them take him down the ladder to safety?
I would rather perish here in this building than be in the undignified rescue.
Be rescued by an American.
Dirty Yank squirrel. I should sooner stay here till my flesh resembles naught but pizza than be rescued by you, your little claws, your horrible, elegant wrists.
Don't think I don't know what's going on. This is an Harvest Crunch ad.
Why not buy?
Fire's not real.
Harvest, look at this fire. It's just orange
Special
ribbon.
effects.
It's all ribbon. We were so impressed when those ribbons first came. Like a ping pong ball and a hairdryer. It's all coming back now.
Oh,
but
it's
then it
perfect.
turned out it was just bloody ribbon. That's all it ever was. There are some text messages that have been sent by people using their telephone machines. An idea that Robin would find baffling as he thinks of them as tiny caves within which he can hide and express his bonkers opinions. Help! Last night I dreamt that Freddy Krueger told me the revolution was a failure. It happened and led to nothing. Please let me know that wasn't real, says Dave in Bristol. It was not real. It was actually a lazy and derivative dream in which a character from a film strongly associated with the idea of dreams appeared in a dream. Now, sort your dreams out, Dave in Bristol, for heaven's sake. Here is another letter. It's from Vicky Jackson. Oh, Vicky Jackson.
What a great name.
Because imagine you're at school and you fall in love.
Vicky Jackson.
I
It'd
fancy
be with
Vicky
Vicky
Jackson.
I fancied Vicky Jackson.
Oh, Vicky Jackson. Vicky Jackson ain't gonna go with you.
Vicky Jackson would love me.
Vicky Jackson, she's going to take one look at you. She's going to realise that you live in a world of lies.
She chucked her boyfriend for me.
She wouldn't chuck him. Vicky Jackson, she goes out with Jamie Dawkins, one of the hardest kids in all of Essex.
Yeah.
How knowledgeable is your sleep expert, says Vicky Jackson. I'm a narcoleptic. Then she's put in brackets, serious sleep disorder, rather misjudging the tone of our show, one fancies. And I have actually mental dreams that sometimes I don't know if they happened or not. Can he answer my questions? My cat is called Ginger Naboo. He is black. Okay, Vicky Jackson. So Vicky Jackson's got a number of problems there, some of which, it seems to me, are insoluble. But some of them we can help her with, can we?
We can, yeah.
Which ones are they? She's got a serious sleep disorder. We can maybe help with that.
We probably can. What is narcolepsy? Is that when you get stressed?
I think it means you fall asleep all the time, don't it? You just fall asleep. You just live in your life. You fall asleep.
I think River Phoenix had that, didn't he, in a film once?
He had that in several of his films. He had it written in.
Used to stroll about with him.
My Private Idaho.
Carry him around.
He had that in My Private Idaho.
Yeah.
He would
Every
just...
time he fell over, then basically Reeves had put him in a papoose and carry him around.
Reeves would pop him in a papoose and just say, oh, he does that. It's his part of it. He's a dancer.
He's not asleep. He's just crouching.
He's just a crouching, somnolent little man. Don't judge him harshly. So, well, I think we've solved that problem. Just appear in a film.
Papoose
Get
and
a papoose.
Keanu Reeves.
That'll be a solution. OK, now, I've just heard in my ear brain that there's a little show, Noel. Now, you're going to love this. It's called The News. Now, what it is...
Oh, I've seen that.
It's boring,
it doesn't really work for me.
No, rubbish. Every day, exactly the same stories. Someone's done a riot. Oh, no. There's been a killing. You know, frankly, I find it depressing. But it is a vital part of our remit, and this is a BBC programme, which means no competitions, lots of news. Now, I said I heard the news yesterday, surely nothing else has happened, because loads happened then, but apparently...
More's happened.
More's happened, Noel. More's happened. I mean, look out that window, out there into the streets of London, there's nothing happening.
Nothing.
What are they putting on the news then?
I know.
I think, to tell you the truth, I think it's lies and propaganda. Now, after the news, we're going to be talking to Noam Chomsky. He'll be telling us how the news is used to control and manipulate us, keep us spellbound and docile, and prevent us from reaching a revolution.
Killing
but they
squirrels.
can't stop. We'll kill those squirrels and we'll have a revolution one day as well. Right, OK, we're ready for a bit of newsy poos. Right, I have to do...
Are you reading the news?
I'm just reading the announcement to throw to them. They're not going to let me do the news. Here is the news. Great squirrels, man. Yeah, let's get behind them. Keanu Reeves is a dreamweaver. It would be lies and propaganda. This is BBC Radio 2, online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM. News! News! Dion, Run Around Sue, you're listening to Russell Brand on BBC Radio 2. Before that, it was the news. Those things have happened and we're going to have to just adjust to it. Noel Fielding is here with me. He's eating, reluctantly, a pear. Are you enjoying it, or is it...
I don't like food.
You only want to eat food that comes as tablets, is that right?
Yeah.
OK.
You can have, like, a yearly tablet and you don't have to bother with it anymore.
Just pop a yearly tablet, then no more dinner for the rest of the
Imagine
year.
what Ramsay would make of that. He'd be furious.
Would be... I can't imagine.
He'd pummel me, wouldn't he?
Of course he would.
His big hands.
He'd use his hands to make you... and he'd make a pate of you. Tablets, he'd say. He'd be infuriated. Now, I don't know if you know this or not. If you don't, you're about to find out, because I'm going to use language to communicate the idea, which I'm referring to internally even now while I'm speaking at this moment. That is this. Lesbians, like me... as much as everyone else in the world, more than most people, except for David Walliams. I came second in a lesbian poll of men they... Yeah, I'm the second favourite heterosexual man what lesbians like.
Oh, really?
And if you consider David,
Where am I
darling
on that
David...
scale? Nowhere. They hate me.
Well, they think of you very much as they view you with harsh enmity, very much how the Tibetan people regard their Chinese invaders.
Have you got any lesbian friends?
I don't know. Let's find out. A lot of them do become lesbians after my continued assaults and affronts and senseless demands.
I've got a couple of friends that
Have
are lesbians.
ya?
Yeah.
Well, don't try and get yourself above
And
me in
they're
the lesbian
Australian.
league.
Imagine that.
I can. I'm imagining these Australian lesbian women, and I'm imagining them liking me more than you because I am the friend of the lesbians. Now, Geraldine, who's very, very important in the world of lesbians, is on the phone. Hello, Geraldine.
Hello, Russell.
Hello, Geraldine. You sound upbeat and you're chipper.
Yes, I am.
Good. I'm glad to
Hello,
hear it.
Geraldine.
That's Noel Fielding you're talking to there. Well, he's talking to you now.
Hello.
Now,
Oh, that was a very lacklustre hello.
Geraldine.
You were right.
You're despised by lesbians, Noel, quite rightly, because there was that time when you wrote that leaflet which you had widely distributed, Lesbians, quite simply wrong, by Noel Fielding. Now, whereas I myself published a manual...
A counter leaflet.
Yeah, very much a counter leaflet. Lesbians, go on, girls, why the hell not? Who cares? We're all free, ain't
Oh,
we?
as long as I can watch, I bet, in brackets.
No,
not
it
in a
didn't
pervy way.
It did not say as long as I can watch, not in a pervy way. In brackets, it was a mature annual that I
Oh,
created.
come on, you wrote that with a quill. It was pretentious.
It was pretentious, yeah, I did. I wrote it.
From
it was,
your hammock.
So I was in my hammock, and I was full of pretence, and I wrote that pamphlet. Yes, I was. But that does not mean that Geraldine shouldn't like me more than you. Geraldine, tell me how David Walliams came to win that poll.
Well, David is very popular with lesbians.
Why is this, do you reckon?
Well, because, like you, he's very open-minded about everything, but also he's a beautiful woman sometimes.
Oh, well, when he dresses up as a woman?
Yeah.
Oh, it's as simple as that. You just have to dress up as a lady.
Hold on, me and you, Noel, could dress up as ladies and get off with each other. Now,
Yeah.
would that elevate us to the top of this league?
Well, do you have gorgeous legs, Russell?
My legs are pretty bloody nice, actually. Sometimes, right, I lay in a jacuzzi, I kick my legs up in the air, like scissor kick 'em and that. And
Like a grasshopper.
like a grasshopper, pretty much, yeah. And I get turned on by my own legs. Now, I know that is literal narcissism, but it happens.
Really?
Yeah, I
I
look at them.
get turned on by your legs sometimes. In isolation. Just to isolate them from the rest of you.
Yeah, don't think of them being attached to my feet and genitals. They top and tail it, bookending my legs in the dirtiest way imaginable. You've got to watch out for them. But I have got nice, I would say lesbian legs, Geraldine. So, you know, if I send you some photos of my legs and they pass your lesbian test...
I've got lesbian arms.
Noel's very much got the arms of a lesbian. His wrists, they to me very much look like a hermaphrodite, but the arms are lovely, Nick. Now, are you prepared to reopen the vote?
No,
Geraldine?
because, David really deservedly won, and, he'll be less
Has he
daddy forever,
brainwashed you?
because, he won't reopen that because you never change a daddy.
You never change what? A daddy?
No.
Why? You can change a daddy, can't you? Deed poll? What about that? But
Changed my dad loads of times.
of course he has. One week he has Rod Stewart as a dad. The very next week it's
Ronnie
Wurzel
Wood.
Gummidge, Ronnie
It's
Wood,
usually people with similar hair.
Hitler. Hitler was a real wild card. That's what a lot of people said about him after the Second World War. He's a wild card. So
A great daddy.
yeah, and we will stick with him. Geraldine, you were right. You do never change a daddy. David Walliams is very popular on this show and much beloved by both of us. And
I've not seen him for a while.
Oh, well,
He's still living.
he spends most of his time lobbying lesbians, making sure that he stays at the summit of their lesbian league table.
He loves to be top of the charts, doesn't
Of
he?
course he does. He loves it up there. Has he got a trophy for that, Geraldine?
Yes, we mailed it to him on Monday. I hope it's got through the strike.
I hope so. I hope it got through the intense
took it
security.
out of his letterbox, took it home, crossed out his name with a biro. I've been masquerading as Les's favourite.
And I tell you what, I've seen him swanning around lesbian clubs now. Lauded he is.
With my trophy.
He's like Tony Montana, slumped us in a great big heap of Coca-Cola, he is, out of his mind with his own self-importance. Geraldine, I can see that you are resolutely sticking to your choice of David Walliams as King of the Lesbians, and as a matter of fact, you've talked me round. Noel, will you ever be swayed?
I'm going to go for a different group.
Right.
The transsexuals.
The transsexuals, fair enough, is another...
What about you?
I'm gonna just keep persevering with lesbians, as I have done for most of my life. Geraldine, thank you very much for the call. Are you all right? Geraldine?
Yes, I am. Could I just plug my website?
What do you can plug your website? Listen, I don't know what you lesbians get up to, but if it turns you on, you do it. Now, go on. What is your website?
Okay, the website to read everything about the awards and everything else is www.lavendernews.biz.
What was the news?
Lavender News.
Lavender News.
Biz.
Thank you. That is a stronger endorsement as you're likely to get for a website. Thank you, Geraldine, for coming on here.
Oh, yeah, Russell,
Yes, darling.
would you play Amy Winehouse sometime?
Look, you're very demanding, lesbian, ain't ya? You've plugged your bleeding thing, you've left David Walliams top of the charts, now you want Winehouse on.
Slighted Fielding.
Fielding's over there, I've never seen him so slighted, his bloody great lesbian arms shrivelled up there now like prunes. Now, alright, we will play Winehouse, but that is it. Next time there's a lesbian chart, I want to see me and Noel Fielding at the top of it with our male genitals blanked out, right? Just grinding against each other and kissing. Will you do it? Where is Geraldine? Stop hesitating. It's like talking to Harold Pinter character.
What Geraldine does is goes away from the phone and then comes back.
She goes off, she looks at her lesbian website, and she just drifts back again.
Idol's back.
We're going to play Winehouse for you, Geraldine. Does that make you happy inside?
Yes, it would.
Geraldine, thank you very much for your call. Goodbye, darling.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Did I sound a bit sort of... You know when I said darling and that probably sounds sexist, does it?
Yeah, but...
Yeah. Well, it's got to stop. That's got to stop.
Like
the old sexism. Right, okay. Why don't we listen to... Should we listen to Winehouse right now? Yeah?
Why not?
Why not? There's no reason not to. Let's listen to Amy Winehouse.
I've got her in my bag. Shall I get her out?
Let her out. But is she relaxed in there?
She's asleep, I think.
I hope she's sleeping. This is live from Noel Fielding's unnecessarily medical-looking bag.
Amy!
Here it comes.
Earn your crust.
Oh, she's come out. She's all French, bless her. Here she is. It's Amy Winehouse.
film.
Winehouse! Winehouse, that's for lesbians. You're listening to Russell Brand's show.
Get back in my bag.
Go on in, you Russell Brand. Right, she's in there now. Seal her up, Noel. Seal her up. Keep her
There's some
safe.
polos in there.
There are.
If you get hungry.
There, she'll have those polos.
They've got a fluff on them from
Only
the
eat
bottom
the
of my bag.
holes, though. Only eat the holes, Winehouse. Goodbye, Sharon. Goodbye, Alex. Goodbye, Jimmy Jet. There goes Sharon, my stylist, and her friends. Off they go
I
someplace.
think that she might be going to the Barfly. I'm
They're
not
going
sure.
to Barfly to see Kennedy. Kennedy is a very fine singer-songwriter type character. You might want to go and see him down there. I think he might come on the show as a guest soon.
I was already going to Barfly, and your stylist tried to re-invite me.
She's trying to re-invite you to somewhere like that you already
How's
going.
that even possible?
She know what she
Why
she
don't you
done.
come to Barfly? I am going there.
That's where I'm going. She came up to me a minute ago. She goes, "Here, Russell, why don't you try wearing black jeans and cowboy boots?" Because I'm already wearing them. She goes, "Well, that's because it's my suggestion." She just swanned off.
And then she said it was her birthday, and it isn't.
It's not even her birthday.
Oh.
Oh. Then she told me that she was involved in the assassination of Martin Luther King. Then she just retracted it. What's wrong with her? Let's get her out of here. She's not welcome on this show. OK, we've got some important things. Bye-bye, everyone. Now, Courtney Love is turning up later, so I think she's just going to turn up. We might not let her in the room.
No.
Lindsay, love you. Now, what we've got to do now is...
We've already lost Lindsay.
She got put on. She
switched off.
turned off the wireless. Oh, we've just wasted love. Right. Okay. So we've got to do something very, very important now. There's a gentleman called Rainbow George. Some of you will know him as an eccentric. Some of you will know him as acolyte and friend of Peter Cook. Others will know him for his party, the Rainbow Democratic Party or something like that. He once made a song with Ian Dury. It might be here somewhere. I doubt we'll ever find that. Jesus Christ, it's hard enough to find Rehab where we've got Winehouse here in person, all tucked up, scoffing the holes out of polos.
Monkey hands will find that.
Monkey Hands Nick, the lion insomniac. There's nothing that boy can't find. But nonetheless, Rainbow George, all those things I've just said, is going to now be on the radio show with us. Rainbow George, are you there?
I am, Russell. Hello.
Hello, darling. I'm here with Noel Fielding. Perhaps you'd like to say hello to him.
Hello, Noel. I'm
Hello.
not Dennis Norden, by the way.
You do sound... Can you say, are you one of those people? Go on.
Am I one of those people? How does he say that?
He goes, are you one of those people? And he says that on Friday night, or it'll be all right on a night, isn't it?
That's one of
Bloomers.
the weirdest things anyone's ever said to me.
What?
Hi, I'm not Dennis Norton.
I'm not Dennis.
Like, I would immediately assume you
Ah,
are.
Dennis Norton, masquerading as someone with another name.
Do you know what gave it away?
Go
the
on.
fact that Russell went, this is Rainbow George.
Yeah, that formal announcement.
That clue leapt out at
I
me
love
like
the sound
Columbo.
of your name, Russell. It conjures up mystery and suspenders. And,
My name's Conjuring Up Mystery and Suspenders now.
yeah, it's. I think you have a very important part to play. You know, I started this rumour a few months ago that you were going to represent the brand spanking New London party.
What was this rumour that you started, Rainbow George? Because I need to know more about it now. Because you may know I'm a keen revolutionary, keen to overthrow not only the British government, but all governments the world over.
He is.
And
Here
form a
we go.
utopia.
Look a bit like Shade of
So
Ours.
I started this rumour that Russell Brand was going to get involved and lead the brand spanking New London party.
Okay, the brand spanking New London party. Now, what the hell is that, Rainbow George?
Well, it has to stand in the mayoral elections. I put a bet on yesterday at William Hill's, the bookmakers. I bet £30 at 1,000 to 1 that you would be the next mayor for
I like
London.
them odds.
He's just on the make. You're not bothered about his policies.
That's
What
corrupt.
he's going to do.
Yeah, he just wants 30 grand and a bonkers mayor.
No, with 30 grand, then you could play the part that Peter Cook, the wizard, never lived to play, because we had this plan. We were going to get hold of £30,000.
Yeah, we're going to get hold of £30,000. That was your plan. That's not a plan. That's just a suggestion.
Hold on a minute. This is the part that you could play, Russell.
Go on, Rainbow George.
So we get this £30,000 and we turn it into pennies.
Yeah, then what happens?
That's 3 million pennies.
Then what?
And then the wizard performs this magic feat and the 3 million pennies become £3 million.
Right, now, I know a lot of people are excited about
talking
the
about
proposed...
alchemy.
that is alchemy that you're talking about. And policies like the reduction of inheritance tax are thought of as controversial. You're making pounds out of pennies. strict policy, George.
You would have to do it. You would be the wizard.
It's a lot of pressure.
Have to play this part and demonstrate how
I've got to turn pennies into pounds.
Always read the small print, Russell. You can be mayor, but you'll have to turn pennies into pounds.
It's difficult. I mean, I'd like to be a mayor as much as the next man, but this turning pennies into pounds, it sounds difficult, George.
Fancy the gold chains.
Really
I like the gold chains and the ermine robes. I like the idea of both of those.
The alchemy, I'm not so hot
The
on.
three-cornered hat. All things I'm
All
into.
stuff that I'd be doing anyway.
But changing base matter into gold, it's too tricky, George.
No, it's very simple. We get...
George, don't undermine alchemy. How dare you? It's tricky.
We print up 3 million penny dream tickets.
Uh-oh, this is Noel's area of expertise. He is
Penny
a dream.
dream tickets.
Yeah, he
3
knows
million
about
penny
dreams.
dream tickets.
Or vouchers, depending on what.
And we
Dockets, good work too.
sell them for £1 each, and 3 million people join the brand spanking new London party, and we're up and running. What do you think, Russell?
Well, I've got some of the ideas about... I don't know, it sounds like we're ripping people off.
No, there's no rip-off here.
There's no rip-off. But what are our policies? Because, like, I mean, you know me, and, you know, being a mayor sounds like a right laugh, and certainly not a load of boring meetings and assemblies.
Well, we set up our own bank with our own currency. It's called the Bank of a Zillion Wonders.
I like... That's a good name for a bank.
George, you make it all sound so easy.
No, it is very simple.
There must be some admin involved in setting up the Bank of a Zillion
We're
Wonders.
going to need a secretary, definitely.
And,
Winehouse will do it. She's in your
Winehouse,
bag.
get her out of bag. Stay in there.
we also get
Spanish.
Paul McKenna involved so that he can hypnotise the electorate. We can send them all a DVD or something and
Well,
get them all
I like the
hypnotised
sound
to
of your
vote for you.
glorious new Reich, George.
Sorry?
I like the sound of your glorious new Reich, based as it is on alchemy and manufacture of consent using Paul
vouchers.
McKenna and vouchers. Let's
Dream
not forget the
vouchers.
dream vouchers and the Bank of a Zillion Wonders. But we're going to need some proper policies. Why would it be better to have me as a sort of puppet? Let's be honest, a puppet for your Dreamweaver
sock
government. Very more a marionette, perhaps a sort of a faceless, limbless Italian puppet like that, all old with the strings all twined and all the paints come off
All
my face.
tangled up.
No,
Tangled
we
leg
are all
moves,
puppets
nothing else.
anyway, Russell, but I wish to give you this party. I don't wish you to be a puppet. I wish you to lead this party to victory.
What compels you, Rainbow George, to do these things?
A mystical connection, which I call the rainbow connection.
What is it?
A cosmic connection.
It's a connection to the cosmos.
Yeah, it directs my every move and gets me into all sorts of trouble. And it's based...
Was it done... So, you're right. You're directed by the cosmos. The cosmos is directing you to make me a mayor, have this Bank of a Zillion Wonders, dockets, vouchers, use Paul McKenna...
Secretary.
We're getting a secretary now. Don't worry about that.
I should
We'll get
add
one.
about the wonders, Russell. There are 100 gasps to the wonder.
100 gasps per wonder.
And even though you may be down to your last...
Gasp.
Wonders will never cease.
Oh, George.
George, you're a poet. But like a lot of poets, you should not be allowed to be
was
mayor.
in the room, I'd lick you, George.
I'd...
That's a big stamp.
What I'd like to manoeuvre your head as you licked him, just all rotate you around him.
It's my birthday.
Like a mouse,
today.
and he's a mouse mat.
It's his birthday.
Rainbow
It's
George,
my
it's your birthday. How old
Happy
are you?
birthday.
I am 67.
Happy birthday. Happy
Thank you very
67th
much.
birthday, Rainbow
This is the
George.
nicest birthday present I've had.
Hold on, because we've not yet agreed to be mayor.
Next time you see a rainbow, George, have that one on me.
That's
Thank you
your
very much,
rainbow,
but
baby.
will you consider it, Russell? We can talk further on it.
Come
maybe.
next week, George. Now, I'm only going to start a revolution if it's a proper one, not based on alchemy and vouchers. So come in next week. We'll bring in a top political expert. We'll talk about the possibility, because I don't want to stand for mayor and not win. It'll be ever so embarrassing.
No, I bet 30 quid at 1,000 to 1 that you're going to win.
Well, I know, you've
you
put your money where your
definitely
mouth is. George has bet his 30 bar. We're laughing all the way to the Bank of Wonders. You've used the defunct currency if we win. You're a madman. You're not a madman, George. I like the way you're guided by the cosmos, and I certainly wouldn't like to attack you. You're
Yeah,
a
it's a
wonderful
beautiful
human
thing.
being. Yeah, and I want to help you. But you're going to have to come in next week, right, and we'll talk more seriously about this, and if there's, and I can look in your eyes and see if you're serious about this. Because if you want to run this city properly, well, it's going to take a lot of focus and dedication, isn't it, Noel?
It is.
It's got to become...
It's not a joke,
It's
Rainbow.
not a bloody joke. Hold on, here, can Noel be in our new administration?
Of course he can. We'll have mini stars. We won't have ministers will have mini stars for all sorts of
They could be like the mini pops, but not so closely aligned to paedophilia. I likes the sound of it. Let's get some mini stars.
I like the way you're thinking.
I like the way he's thinking. I like the way he's drinking. I like the way he's stinking.
I like
everything
it.
about
Rainbow
that
George.
man.
We have a rainbow above us. We come on riding a unicorn, probably.
Of course we do. Of course we do.
Could you have a look at bsnlp.com? There is a petition already there for you to stand for mayor, I think.
bsnlp.com. If it reaches 1 million votes, then we will certainly consider it. And coming in next week, George, we're going to get a political expert here to grill you on some of your schemes.
I really look forward to that.
Right, we'll see you then, Rainbow George. Say goodbye to Noel Fielding then, mate.
Farewell, Noel Fielding.
Bye, Rainbow George. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
He's lovely. He's lightened up our lives. He's waded into our lives. He's lightened it
He's
up.
put a spring in my step.
He's put a spring in all of our steps, so we weren't even moving. But look at the way we're springing.
Rape a grasshopper on
Get
the way
out
home.
there and rape that grass. Don't consent is not an issue with a grasshopper. It really isn't. It really is not an issue.
Just take them. Don't ask.
Do what you like. Just
No
live
means
out your
yes in
will.
grasshopper language.
In grasshopper, everything means yes. Right, hold on. Right, so we've got Rainbow Land Russell. What is this? He's written a song with Ian Jury. Right, okay, well, right, this is Rainbow George. Rainbow George made this song with Ian Jury, out of Ian Jury and the Blockheads. God rest his soul. Not Rainbow George, he's still alive, and his soul's in wonderful state. So have a listen to this. Let's make some decisions based on this thing. This is the voice of Rainbow George and the music of Ian Jury. Let's have a listen.
That sounds great.
A door is being opened that nobody on earth can shut. That door leads to Rainbow Land. In Rainbow Land there will be neither need nor greed, or any use for silly money. No politicians, no preachers, no incompetent teachers, no ignorant views, no business to lose, nor corrupt institutions or harmful pollutions. Not a trace of sadness, everywhere gladness. One world, no divisions. Everybody involved in reaching decisions, free of hypocrisy, a genuine democracy. I'm not sure how, and I don't know when. What's now is now, yet it won't be then. As far as the eagle's eye can see, the future's brilliant for you and me. Mark my words, losers will win, beggars will choose, wars will cease. We're gonna play in peace. Dreamy views? What else is news? In Rainbow Land...
Right, there you go. That's pretty much our policies in the Rainbow mayoralty election. Did you like it? No, it was
I
nice,
did
wasn't it?
like it, yeah. I like Ian Jury's voice.
I like it.
It's slightly hypnotic.
It's hypnotic. It's spellbinding. Okay, if you want to text us, do 88291. If you want to phone us, do 0500 288 291. If you want to email us, russell.brand@bbc.co.uk. No, you ain't done any bloody help for anyone with dream problems, have you?
No.
Right, let's see if anyone here's got any dream problems. G, have you had any dreams lately? No. Right, well, that's not bloody good, is it? Right, okay, Noel is doing a new item now. It's Noel's News, in which Noel does news, right? Because that news before, was morbid, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Here, Noel, here's some news for you.
That I can read out.
Yeah, you read it out. Just go for it. I've got nothing but faith in your talent. Yeah, faith and suspicion. Here, I'll listen to this.
I love this. Look at the way we're doing the news.
Yeah, it's brilliant. This is how the
Not even
news
got your
should be done.
papers in order.
Yeah, mate. Read that out. That's news if ever I saw
What,
it.
the old thing?
Well, just read out. Just go with use your skills.
Okay.
Right, this is the hold on. I'll do a jingle for you. Dun 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 dun. Noel Fielding's news. Dun 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 dun. News. Noel Fielding. That's how
A
it begins.
US man who stored his amputated leg in a barbecue smoker that was later auctioned off is locked in a custody dispute with the man who bought it.
Oh, it sounds so sweet. His little voice. No wonder people like him.
Amputated leg.
An amputated leg,
In a
Noel.
barbecue smoker.
Why would you put that there?
I don't know.
Read more news.
John
The
Wood's
answers
smoker
doubtless
was
within.
sold to Shannon Wisnant last week after he fell behind on payments at the storage facility in North Carolina where it was kept. He wants his leg back.
That's embarrassing to one. Come here, stuck up my leg back, please.
But Mr. Wisnant says he's got a receipt for the leg for the smoker's contents and wants to share ownership. Mr. Wood's leg was amputated above the knee after a plane crash in 2004. He asked to keep the leg so it could be buried as a whole, so that he could be buried as a whole man when he died.
Oh, he wants to be buried, not like a jigsaw burial, bits of you getting buried in instalments, bury this bit, bury that bit, bury him all at once.
But he sold it, didn't he? So it was all a ruse.
Why did he sell his own leg? Why would anyone ever sell their own leg? It's a sense. Just keep your leg for moving around on. If your leg's not attached to your body, just leave it on the sideboard. It's up to you, really, though. It's not our business. People are allowed to do what they like in the world. OK, now listen, you know that thing Rainbow George mentioned? Noel's lost in that news. You're not doing that item now, Noel.
Really?
Well, you can do it if you want. Is there any more news?
I want to be buried as a whole man as well, don't you?
Of course, definitely. Don't bury me in bits.
Oh,
don't bury him
please.
like there's a bit of him over here, a bit of me over there. Leave me all scattered.
I like a big coffin and a little coffin for my elbow.
Yeah, that there, just next to it, like it's been apartheid.
Like a kangaroo with a pouch, and they've got a little version of themselves.
They keep a little version of themselves in that pouch.
I like my coffin to have a little version of itself.
I like the idea of that. That'd be nice, like a coffin sidecar
like
going
a
into the
finger pouch.
afterlife. Yeah, so it's all right. I like it. I'm into it.
Coffin sidecar.
Coffin sidecar. 78 signatures so far for me as mayor on that thing that Rainbow George said. I cannot remember what the website was called. Perhaps some of you can. No, I won't. I wasn't looking at you to remember that.
Rainbow George.
Don't worry about that. None of those things happened. That was all part of a glorious dream. We'll wake up in a minute. Right, here is my item. Gay! Right, so there's some gay sheep, it seems, now. Although
No.
Yeah.
Really? Sheep have always been gay.
Of course they have. They go, this is not news. This is just the way things are. Sheep have always been gay.
Any lesbian sheep?
Well, it's pretty clear here that lesbian sheep are always just chased out of town by the shepherd. Oh, that's horrible. In these enlightened times, what a way for a shepherd to behave. Hold on, I've got some quite important gay news here. Oh, look at this news desk. Who would have thought that the show would need to be better organised than it has been up till now? No.
Winehouse has not been doing her duties.
Winehouse has been very, very ever since we've employed her as our secretary. She's spent most of the time kipping in your doctor's bag. Occasionally
Underneath the polos.
Underneath the polos. That's not meant to be a duvet. It's not meant to be a duvet. That's your dinner, darling. Here is my item gay. This is from Matthew. The gay email from Ryan last week is nearly exactly the same as what is happening to me. I too have a gay feeling for my best mate Rob. I don't know what to do. What is different though is that me and Rob have experimented, and he's put that in inverted commas, right?
They've done experiments.
They've done experiments.
What, with Bunsen burners?
Possibly
and
a
stuff?
Bunsen burner.
Set fire to a peanut.
Petri dish. It burns for ages. What's it doing to our teeth?
Magnesium was involved.
Magnesium. Don't ever turn that gas tap on and light a splint in front of it, you idiots! You've ruined school.
I put a tooth in
the Coca-Cola. Get it in there.
And then I always used to think, well, I'm not going to keep the Coke in my mouth for like 24 hours. I'll just
sorry, I can't talk now. I'm enjoying some delicious Coke until all my teeth are dust. Yeah, that experiment was a waste of time.
I know.
And also, why would you burn a peanut?
Exactly.
Oh, they were wasting our lives at school.
I'd burn a monkey nut.
Yeah, so would I. I'd burn a monkey. One of them comes near me.
Yeah.
I'll put on a crucifix and burn it as an example to the other monkeys.
Flamethrower just for that very...
Well, it's about this time of the evening. I like to introduce Courtney Love onto the radio show.
Courtney's so late.
Courtney Love has arrived in the radio show. She's hammering at the door of radio, much in the way that she hammers against the precipice of reality. Courtney Love has
Let's
arrived.
have Courtney's theme, surely.
My daughter in there.
Don't introduce your daughter live on the radio. Right, OK, hello, dear.
Courtney.
Right, OK, so we're going to play a song now while we welcome... Courtney, say hello to the listeners. Are you all right, dear?
Up with you too. I was listening in the car and Bank of a Zillion Wonders.
That's Rainbow George. He's a nice lad. Are you well, dear?
I can't just be as loquacious as you. I just can't. I can't.
Do not feel threatened
I
by
feel very
vocabulary.
threatened. After comedy, I'm just having a faint.
Right, there we go. Courtney Love has arrived here. We're going to play a record briefly while we reorganise our lives. That record will be Our Friends Electric by Gary Newman. This is for you. Noel Fielding, guest host of this show. This is Russell Brand on Radio 2. I know you love it. It's in all your programmes.
I'm Electro Boy, he's Electro Man.
There they are. They're electric together. listening to Russell Brand on Radio 2, Our Friends Electric you were just listening to then, that's Gary Newman. Obviously, I've got an email here, it's from a child, his name is Daniel Benford, he's 13, he's from Southend in Essex. Noel, would you be interested in hearing what this young man wants?
I really want to know.
You're going to find out.
How old is he, 13?
He's just been alive 13 years and this is what he's come up with.
Bless him.
13 years of pure life, this is the result.
This is what he's got to offer.
This is it.
He sounds lovely.
Already.
Let's see what he's got.
This boy has captured my heart. Dear all, I don't know if you've heard, but Dennis the Menace is being made more politically correct, so there will be no more bullying of Softy Walter. It sort of takes the menace out of the whole story. He might as well be called Dennis the Good Boy. That's Daniel Benford's opinion on what's going on in the Beano magazine. Daniel, you're a whistleblower, son. You've pointed out something vital and important to us.
We'll get right on that, won't we?
Let's get on that, right? Rainbow George can design a policy whereby I think that Dennis the Menace should become a fierce racist. Dennis the racist. He should hate grey squirrels and anyone who cannot prove their bloodline all the way back to the Nordic god Thor. If you ain't blonde, blue-eyed and essentially directly descended from Thor, you can get out of our comic.
You're no better than a grey squirrel.
Oh, you dirty grey squirrel. Oh, have you ever smelt their cooking?
Dennis the Menace, Americans, no, squirrels.
Ah, dirty, stinking American squirrels.
Coming over here with their bushy tails.
Dirty pigs. What you can hear in the background, listeners, is the voice of Courtney Love. She's reading Country Life magazine.
Promise to be quiet.
Courtney, why can't you just sit there and behave?
Courtney's got a Dennis the Menace style jumper on tonight, very stripy.
Courtney Love is essentially the reason that Robin Page despises Americans. She's come over here, she's been loud,
Dressed
garish.
as Dennis the Menace.
She's dressed as Dennis the Menace.
Shooting squirrels.
She's buying our property from Country Life magazine, our property which could have English people living in it. English people descended from
Not
Prince
pretend
Charles.
English people.
Not turning over here.
But
Anglophile, only two syllables different from
has
paedophile.
offered up her beautiful blue eyes along with your dreadlock
France,
for a competition.
right, if you
Not
want-
a competition.
Not a competition, this is BBC,
We're not
competitions are
allowed
banned.
competitions of fun or skipping or
There'll
any
be none of
gaiety.
that. But if you do want to be given, not in a competitive way, my dreadlock and young Francis's piercing blue eyes, Courtney's daughter Francis sat there, she's got a lovely little set of
Very
peepers,
piercing.
isn't it,
There's
dear?
two people in this room with such piercing blue eyes.
Nick Linnan, he's got some piercing blue eyes, he is
my
my
eyes
agent.
are so embarrassed they've gone down the hallway and sobbed.
Horrible, his eyes, just hollow sockets I'm staring into now.
They're in the bathroom now looking in the mirror going, what sort of colour are you?
Call that
a
colour.
murky grey?
Oh, it's horrible, listless colour. Your
Oh.
eye sockets have got spider webs over
My
them.
pupils hate themselves.
I don't blame them. Horrible, barren, inky things they are. OK, we've got some important information. It is from a woman who claims to be from a place called Denbighshire. I've never heard of this place.
No.
Jo, she calls herself. Hello. I would like to ask, what are your favourite childhood memories? That's good. Like, you can have a league for childhood memories
Yeah.
now. It's quite
We'll
competitive.
probably come second after Walliams.
Yeah, Williams' childhood memories. They're fantastic.
Heavenly. Russells and Knowles are
Your
awful.
memories, look at them, they're disgusting, sour, bitter little memories. I would like
remember.
to...
I got that one.
No, you go on, you first.
What, have you got a childhood memory?
I have just the one.
I'm going to judge this childhood memory.
Dark room, screaming for mummy. No, I do have one about a weeping willow. I saw a weeping willow when I think it's the first memory I had.
Go on, what
And I
happened?
saw a weeping willow in the sort of shape of a ghost. It was
Right.
at night, I was camping,
Yeah.
and I thought it was a real ghost. And
Let me tell you what Williams saw. He saw a weeping willow, the leaves of it parted, and out burst a lovable transvestite saying, I'm a lady. So his childhood memory is much, much better than yours. But let's hear the
Second
ending.
again to Walliams.
Third, Matt Lucas has got a memory where a sycamore tree coughed up a little bit of blood.
Well, when I reveal Walliams not even to be a human, but a grey squirrel, I'll get the last laugh.
There we are then. He's been reduced to that. This lady, Jo, has come up with her own childhood
This
memory.
lady, Jo.
Yeah, this lady. That's who she is. You got no. When you're doing a radio show, you introduce the characters. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I just go Jo, people go,
Painting pictures.
"Who
for
the
people.
hell is Jo?" They'll say in a deep, harsh baritone. That is why I've painted, yes, quite rightly, a linguistic
What's
picture.
she wearing, this lady, Jo?
Jo is dressed now in, she's wearing chainmail, she's got a big fake phallus made out of pine sticking right out of the
with
corner.
monkey skulls hanging from it.
There's all monkey skulls dangling through. through their chattering little
Got a
jaws.
see-through top hat with goldfish in it.
All in there. They're not even any liquid in it. They're
know.
swimming around in gas.
They've had
That's Joe.
They've had helium tablets.
That's what they're living on,
It
these
won't last.
guys.
It'll be like Christmas balloons. They'll sag later.
They'll sag.
But for
They're
now,
gonna
they
sag.
look radiant.
This is the bit you've got to enjoy. Now, here comes her memory. My mum and dad and I were driving home from a trip in Scotland when our car down. Not broke down, simply down. Okay? We don't know where she's going, this Joe character, but by God, we'll learn.
We're now car down.
Her car down. Now, perhaps this is a new linguistic style.
Maybe she learnt English from Tarzan.
Oh, car down.
Car down.
Jane, you make me feel a feeling. It's inside of me.
Iron bird, fly, car down.
This is it. This is the way to learn English. Bloody Tarzan. He came over
Swinging in here with
taking
their
our
childhood
job.
memories
Oh,
and that awful language.
He barely understands conjunction, does he, Tarzan? He's missing out vital grammatical information. Jane's having
Have you
sex
seen his
with him.
handwriting? Beautiful, like calligraphy.
It's glorious. Look
Quite
at it.
surprising.
Brass plate is the style that Tarzan uses.
He uses a quill, pulls it out of his tiny little brown trunks.
And there you go. He'll
Yeah.
write something glorious.
Gift
It
for
looks like.
handwriting.
But we're learning more about Tarzan's handwriting in a moment. But the grammar still, even when written, is terrible.
I know.
It's atrocious, really.
Can barely string a sentence together.
Barely string a sentence together. You read it there, it's mostly just racist
Very
slogans.
strong, though, almost freakishly strong.
Incredibly powerful. If ever you feel the embrace of
Top
Tarzan.
half powerful, bottom half quite weedy.
Thin, weedy, like there's thin
Good
like the
swimmer.
vines.
Good swimmer.
Of course, he's all upper body strength. He gets out of the
Useless.
pool, then
Yeah.
you see little chopsticks. Now listen, this is an important childhood memory from Jo, a woman, that she's wearing that top hat.
Is this
we
the car
described her.
down travesty?
This is the car down travesty. We're about to learn a little bit more about it.
Car down.
Across the road from where we parked was a library, and my dad took me with him to the library to call out road recovery. Now, there may have been words there that she elected not to use, so that information,
She's being
please.
economical.
She's been economical with
With the
language.
truth and language.
That woman uses language like a chancellor. She's a genius. The librarian, an elderly lady, told me that the building was closing down the next week and that all the books were being packed away. She said I could pick any book I'd like to take home with me, and what did I choose? A paperback novelisation of a film, Bugsy Malone. A novelisation of a film. Interesting choice. Because they've novelised it. It
So
weren't novel.
they've cut it down.
They've cut it down.
The way that she's cut down her memory.
She's cut her memory down, she's abandoned verbs, she's abandoned all sorts of necessary pronouns. I read it in the recovery van, I read it in the recovery van. What is a recovery van?
It's like the memory van.
Hello. The recovery van, I wouldn't like to dwell too long in there.
I read it in a recovery van before I realised Tarzan was driving. He's got no licence.
He's not done any forms, he won't take a written test on the
He's all
highway
right with
code.
the wheel because he's got strong arms, but his little weedy legs couldn't reach the pedals.
The weight of his legs. He just skates on top of the pedals, pretty much, is what he does. Don't ever let Tarzan drive
Caresses
you.
the pedals.
His 10 tiny toes, great big long, never cut nails.
What, a pedal caresser? That's what the apes call him.
Pedal
You see
caresser.
Tarzan, what, the pedal caresser?
King of
He's
the
in that
jungle.
bush, building up his own upper body strength again, as usual.
But look at his legs, just lay there, draped across the floor like fox furs round the neck of an unlovely aristocrat.
Like linguini with feet on the end.
Horrible business. Like little shoes with great big buckles on it, and the buckles are too heavy. The linguini will snap. There's a message for us all there. As a bookworm, says Jo, the woman, we've described her
bookworm?
already. As a bookworm, this
Oh,
is she
new
abandoned-
image.
By night, she's like Batman. You know Batman in the daytime?
By day,
Is-
she has a phallus and a see-through top hat. By
Of course she
night,
does.
she
Bookworm.
bores through books.
She bores straight through that book, absorbing the information that's laid within. As a bookworm, it was a dream come true to be able to take a book off a library shelf and then go home with it. Although now I think about it, that lady may have encouraged me to commit an act of theft. Also, I think we had sex. Jo, why? The whole story's been soured. It does make very clear that Jo was 16 at the time of that story, and also...
16? That's not a childhood memory.
Of course it's not. That's just something that happened recently, if you are
couple of
16.
weeks ago.
Francis, how old are you? That's not even, it can't be a memory, it's not even happened yet for her.
Exactly.
Call that a memory, it's a future memory.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Go
Next
on.
time she is, that'll be a mnemonic for that last.
It will be a powerful mnemonic.
For a
It's
bookworm adventure.
a bookworm adventure that I think is founded mostly on fabrication. Right, why don't we listen to David Bowie singing Fame? We'll compose ourselves. 10 minutes left of the show. Have we got time to listen to Bowie doing Fame?
Will you be okay with this English comedy?
Courtney, I tell you what, just start
Courtney's trying to
guffawing
bail.
information
Courtney's
across the
bailing.
airwaves. news.
Take care of my kid.
Right, from now on, we are going to raise you, Francis, according to our mentality. Come up here on
The way
microphone.
that Tarzan was raised by apes.
Don't say raped! Don't say raped when we're left alone with a 15-year-old girl, Noel. Sigmund Freud, we've dug him up. What Noel Fielding said then was inconsequential and does not obey any of my rules of psychiatry. It was not a Freudian slip. It was simply Noel Fielding's eating Hubba Bubba aggressively. Francis, come over here, love.
Raised by goths.
She's been raised by goths. Look at her. She's a glorious little gothic creature. She doesn't want to come on mic. Don't victimise her.
He can be daddy, I'll be mummy.
I don't like the sounds of it.
Robert Smithson, she can be auntie.
Yeah, because we are goth detectives. You may not know of our identity as goth detectives. We were on a quiz show very recently. We're going to do that. We're doing that quiz show again, aren't we, Noel?
Defending our title.
Yep, we won that big fat quiz of the year
Didn't we?
using skill and intelligence, and we're prepared to do the very same thing to retain our
And who
title.
did we beat, Russell?
We beat Jonathan Ross.
No, who did we beat more importantly?
Williams, king of the lesbians.
Right.
We thwarted him.
We took him down.
We took him down to Chinatown.
All the lesbian backup he won.
We showed him what time it is. There was lesbians everywhere. It meant
They
nothing.
were all weeping. Me and Russell had to go out on a canoe of tears.
Lesbian tears.
tears.
We flew out of there.
We-
We glided across lesbian misery.
Carrying our trophy.
Gloriously, we held it aloft like a
had our-
couple of Pelés kissing.
With our new child Francis sitting in the trophy.
That's the best image that I've had all day. And do you know what? The image I woke up to was an exploding fiery moon. Let's listen to Fame by David Bowie, then we'll wrap up this thing we call radio that we make for you. If you weren't listening to this, we wouldn't make it. BBC Radio 2. Fame! Press the button, you perverts!
Monkey hands, quick!
What's wrong with you?
He's
Look, he's the
asleep
producer.
again.
Normally, my mate Matt does this, who's never had a moment's training. Nick, who professes to be a radio producer, just his clammy monkey hands over there, groping across that circuit board.
He's
You've lost it.
sleepwalking, look at him.
You're not even here. You're a somnambulist. This is all happening in one of his dreams. Well, what do you suggest?
Where's one of my songs? This has been a travesty.
None of his songs
Not
have been
one of mine has
played.
been
Play one of his songs. He's come here in good faith. There's you played that. Take that off. What's wrong with you?
Oh,
Have you got
Monkey Hands has had a breakdown.
Right, okay. Nick Phillips, well, the only thing for you to do is to resign now. You've done that in front of Courtney Love's little daughter, Frances. She's
Blue
come here
eyes.
just with her lovely little blue peepers.
You might as well get Tarzan in here working the controls.
With his feet. His thin, spindly little legs would have been more useful than your bloody hands. Are you going to put Chuck Berry on Johnny Be Good? Put that on then. Put on the dawn of rock and roll and think about what you've done. This is Chuck bloody Berry. Have you even balls that up now?
Oh.
What are you doing? Right, this is Russell Brand on Radio 2. I'm here live with Noel Fielding in London. Courtney Love is in the lavatory. Francis is watching. We are trying our level best to hold together this radio show while
our
the BBC...
producer.
Our producer,
Like Tarzan.
very much like Tarzan, is of little or
flailing
no
about
use.
in a
What are you
sleep.
doing? He's just walking out. We're in the town. Right, okay, so this is now a new thing we're experimenting with. It's called Dadaist music and radio. Right, now put Kate Bush back on while we try and resolve this giddy lunacy. You're listening to Russell Brand on Radio 2, 88.1 FM. Bush there, that you was listening to Kate Bush, it's Russell Brand on Radio 2. Kate Bush was brought in then as a troubleshooter because there was so much chaos. Now, it comes to something when Kate Bush has to be used as a bridge between
danced in,
insanity.
didn't she, in a
She
funny
danced in a little green leotard, and thank God she did, because all before that was despairing and madness. Now, this show is nearly at an end, but we've got a poet laureate to make some sort of summary about it. Is Mr. G. How you're going to turn this into anything formulated and structured is baffling to me, but let's hear it anyway. Please welcome with atmosphere, Mr. G. All right, yes, here he is.
Okay, this poem is called Wogan's Den. Of dreams we weaved and wasabi cleaned, in Wogan's Den we speak. Of confused moons and fire consumed, and our producers obviously needing some sleep. There's pleasuring showers and dreadlock power that astronauts eat as treats. There's grasshopper grooming and grey squirrel stewing, and now Noel's Facebook is complete. So would you vote for Mayor Brand to make decisions across the land from Wogan's Den and speak? He'll probably make his start to top the lesbian charts and demand 100 gasps that he can keep. With Lost Legs barbecued now making the news and Courtney rushes to speak, tune into Radio 2 and see what else we can do. Something brand spanking new for next week.
There he is, Mr. G, using language which to stitch together some semblance of normality from what can only be described as madness. Thank God for Kate Bush is all I can say.
Word weaver.
What? He weaved words. He's just weaved them together. He made sentences. Some of them rhymed. It was incredible what just went on. No,
I think you should get Kate in as your producer.
Kate Bush is going to be my first phone call the minute this show ends. It's to Kate
Bush. If you
Bush.
can put up with that erratic dancing, I think she
I'll
could
tolerate
be good.
anything just to have her on the team. No, I don't care what she does. Just
Monkey hands, you're out.
this you.
You've been
great
usurped
big
by Bush.
primate-fisted fool. You sleep, you've got a great big lazy fist like something on a butcher's slab. You've been chaotic. You've brought shame and disgrace to this show, and that is not easily achieved. Who would have thought that the opening link where we mentioned beetle rape would have been a highlight of professionalism? Damn you, Nick. Damn you to hell. Well, let's thank everyone that's participated in this show. There was Courtney Love. She's still hovering about in the background. You're right, dear?
I had a smoke.
You had a smoke. Not in the building, though,
No,
because it's
of course
banned.
not.
It's against the BBC's policies, as are competitions. That was not a competition there.
And fun
She
and
just had a
skipping.
smoke. Huh?
And fun and
There'll be no
skipping.
fun and skipping. That'll stop. Sometimes Wogan, you see him stifle a skip under a desk. Just his little knees rattle underneath there.
He comes in here at night, doesn't he, when it's dark?
He does it then.
Skips about.
That's how much he
in the
loves to
nude.
skip. He skips naked round here. If you were to linger for a few more hours...
He's the nudie skip kid.
He's the nudie skip kid. The door would open. You'd hear Wogan come in here, just wearing a pyjama top, not pyjama bottoms. Taut, buoyant, stiff, burgeoning with life. There's Wogan skipping. So,
Skipping
okay,
about.
hold on. Who have we got
Like
to
a
thank?
water boatman.
Look, don't talk about water boatmen because they can't walk on the surface of the water. It's all a lie. Now, come on, let's get to the bottom of some. Don't look at me quizzically. I'm busting myths. Right, who have we got to thank? Squirrel Man, Robin Page. Thank you very much for bringing us your bonkers prejudice. Sleep expert, Dr. Christy Zigididli Chai. There were some other people that helped us.
Oh,
Enormously.
Rainbow
The
George.
Lesbian, wasn't she lovely? Rainbow George, who will be here next week. We're going to work out if we're going to try and become mayors of London.
The frosty lesbian.
Don't call her a frosty lesbian. She was a Cocoa Pop lovable gal. I
See how
liked
we
her.
slide down the charts.
You're never gonna be loved by the lesbians after that. She was lovely, Geraldine, lovely
She
Dutch
was
lesbian.
lovely.
Of course she is. See, that's why Williams sits at the summit because
Yeah.
of that, because of your attitude. Right? Okay, then. So hey. Matthew Morgan, enjoy your holiday, you idle boy. And, right, okay, so that's everything. Thank you very much for listening to us. Noel, you have been such a wonderful... Well, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is you are. I can't think of a
What am
noun.
I?
You're a man, I suppose. You have been a wonderful man. It's been lovely to have you here. God knows what will
A
happen to us
unicorn
next
wrapped
week.
in newspaper.
They're pretty much like that, just swathed in print, swaddled like a papier-mâché balloon that never was.
And
okay.
what about you?
What about me?
You don't get the thanks you
Hey,
deserve.
people don't notice that, do
You
they?
with your dreadlock with your skull on the end of it.
I'm just trying to help.
Like some sort of voodoo nitwit.
This is a voodoo gallows for a little metal skull.
Well, I think we should all thank you.
Thank you.
Not only thank you, but push you over and lick
What
you.
happens when I'm down there? I get licked.
Oh,
That's when the licking starts.
That's
Noel
when Wogan
Fielding.
comes in and...
He's going to river dance all over my spine. Oh, God bless you, Wogan. Look, the news is on now. If you're wondering what's happening in the world, this lady's going to tell you. She's called Andrea Simmons. This is BBC Radio 2, online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM Radio 2. Love you, boy.